Well, guys, it sounds like it's a very good story, or a very good vibe for the club of Arsenal and the fans that are really watching this channel, especially those that really love Arsenal, because Arsenal have found themselves in a position of really having a Bukayo Saka injury hope ahead of the game of Liverpool. And I think it finds them in a very beautiful way, all possible, because some people really believe that Saka being away and Odegaard, it's really worse, but it's really good to see to it that you at least have one of the two, to see to it that they are really, all one of those is really available to play the side of Liverpool over the weekend. Remember, we are powered by Mono Gadgets, dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops. And if at all you feel like you want to see yourself or find yourself in a position of really getting into the mix of one, having a brand new phone and a brand new laptop, contact them. If you feel like you want a used phone and a used laptop from the United Kingdom, call them on +256 70 9988 665, and that's what you're really doing in here onto this beautiful channel of ours. This is the Rokani Media Football. I'm also going to be talking about the wild thought from Pep Guardiola. Guys, do you think that's not the best way to phrase it? Do you know who do you know who Pep Guardiola is thinking to obviously play as his number? Not even as his number, as his Erling Haaland replacement, if at all Erling Haaland really gets an injury. You people, you're really gonna be outside there and you're really gonna be shocked, because this is a shocker. So smash the like button close to 200 times, and not forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, Sammy McBall yesterday went ahead, obviously put out the following story, and it read as follows: Arsenal are not ruling out Bukayo Saka for their showdown against Liverpool on Sunday. There is a sense of possibility that Saka can be available if he doesn't suffer any setbacks ahead of the game. Now, Bukayo Saka is one of those players that really coming through to put in a very huge shift altogether. And I tell you what, he has captained the side of Arsenal. And I think he captained them when they're playing against Man City. Did he captain them when they're playing against Spurs? And very many other teams. And I think the only game in the Premier League that he has gonna hate to miss out is that game of Bournemouth that Arsenal played as he returned from the international break. And I was like, oh my God, will he obviously have to come up and really match up with what we call the pace of the side of Arsenal? So the player known as Bukayo Saka has been very integral. I think he has 7 assists into the Premier League, and I think really has some in the Champions League, and I think he has 1 assist and 1 goal in the Champions League. That makes him one of the most important players for the club of Arsenal. And him being away has seen Arsenal suffer. And I think him being away wouldn't have gone ahead obviously be the cause, you know. But the problem has always gone ahead to be him and Odegaard being away at the same time. And Odegaard got injured in the first international break, you know. And when Arsenal returned to play against Man City, Arsenal played against Leicester City, Arsenal played against Southampton, this guy was nowhere to be seen. And even on the return, he's not yet back. But for Saka, looks like he's really going to be available, and there is hope of him really showing up, and the sense of possibility that Saka is going to be available if at all he doesn't get setbacks is really high at the side of Arsenal. You understand? So, as it stands, Arsenal have found themselves in a position of really trying to really work against the clock to see that Bukayo Saka is really available, and the pressure is really mounting, because without Saliba and very many other people, you really understand that a lot can happen against the side of Arsenal. So they are like, can we really get this guy in? We wait and see. Then Sam C Sports, he's so much close to the side of Manchester United, but he's trying to venture his world into what we call the new journalist role. He works with Mark Goldbridge, if at all you know him, of the United Stand, and he has come out and told us that understand Bukayo Saka is expected to be available for the upcoming match against Liverpool, having trained pending any last-minute changes or niggles. Meanwhile, Ricardo Carafiori is set to undergo a crucial scan schedule for today, and I've already gone ahead to bring you that story of a player called Ricardo Carafiori. And it is really confirmed that he's really going to be missing the game of Liverpool, but he's not going to be out for long. He's going to be out for just weeks as a player for the club of Arsenal. So for Saka, looks like he's expected to be available, for the game of Liverpool. And we all know why it's like that. They're working tooth and nail to obviously get the player on. And he's training, but looks like he's not yet 100% fit to feature into these games. And I think if I told you I'm Mikel Arteta, there is no reason that really brings you Bukayo Saka in a game of this magnitude, in the games of the magnitudes of Shakhtar Donetsk, Bournemouth, because you know that you can really win those games without him. And that has gonna obviously apply to the side of the other games they've gonna hate to play. But for Liverpool, you obviously understand as to why they want to obviously get him on and see to it that he comes in through to put in a required shift altogether for the side of Liverpool and Arsenal. So Saka is really looking at really getting back and returning to the club, of Arsenal, to obviously come and really save them a little bit and see to it that all really goes on as to plan. So wait and see how that is really going to be panning out. But Saka is really doing the needful. And I think they can beat Liverpool without Saka. By the way, that is it. I believe it 100% that they can come up and obviously beat Liverpool without Saka. But it will depend on the fitness levels of Saka. And I see no reason as to why they're supposed to obviously come up and obviously hurry him back. But I think he'll only come back when he's really fit, because I think Jesus or Sterling can really give you a very huge output in that game, especially in the attacking phase and obviously the creativity. And I know they'll be missing a player in Saka, but especially into those set-piece deliveries. I don't know who can come up and obviously put in those set-piece deliveries like Saka does. That is it. And I think that's the hugest worry for Arsenal. But these other things of really inverting inside, putting in a cross, other players can. But who is really going to deliver those set pieces as Saka has going to hate to do? Because we've going to hate to see that the biggest moments produced by a player called Gabriel Magalhaes have come in through when Saka is really putting in those crosses. And I think all the goals that he has going to hit to score into the Premier League, all those set pieces have been delivered by Bukayo Saka. Not so. Against Spurs, against City, and I think there is another team he went ahead to score. Was it again? I don't remember the other team, but Saka has been the orchestrator of those deliveries into the box of the opponent. So we wait and see how that pans out, but looks like Arsenal really working against the clock to obviously have Saka on and obviously giving us the best that we deserve in here as we the fans of football, because you'll obviously want to see your team having its best players. And I know Arsenal fans are missing a player like him, and when you look at a player like Odegaard being out of this game of football, you feel a little bit for the side of Arsenal, because you really understand what it means playing without this player. Now, Pep Guardiola has come up and obviously told us something that has gone ahead to blow our minds away about this player known as Erling Haaland. And he said, I'm thinking about it. When Erling Haaland will not be able to play, Johnston is going to come and play as a striker. He has this sense of goal there. Obviously, I think he scored the leveler when they're playing against Arsenal to avoid them from really losing that beautiful game of football. Then he also came up and obviously put in a very good shift when the side of put in a very beautiful shift when they are beating a team they played over the weekend. I think they scored a winner against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and it's John Stones who came in and obviously gave them the lead. So I think he's like, hailing him for really scoring those goals, and it's like, I'm going to reward you one day, one time with leading the line if at all Erling Haaland cannot come out and obviously score. So I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Bukayo Saka. Hopefully all to be available for the game of Liverpool. And do you think it's really a wise idea for Pep Guardiola to come up and really get in a player called John Stones to be played as a center forward? All that into the comment section. We out.